Source Podcast.
Alrighty, welcome back. Good afternoon, listeners. This is Michelle, your hostess.
Anna,
Molly, and Melissa.
We are back. And today on episode 27, woo woo,
27.
we are going to discuss wedding season. Because because it is indeed wedding season. Well, wedding season started back in like maybe April-ish. But June, believe it or not, is like one of the most popular months to get married in. So we are going to discuss how to plan your wedding and how to make it less stressful. There's two of us, Anna and me, who have gotten married and had weddings. So we will also share tidbits about our weddings that we wish we could redo or do over or give you guys advice for. So let's see. And that's why I'm wearing my veil. This is my actual veil and my little crown headpiece that I wore for my wedding. I still have it in my closet. It's still actually pretty good condition.
Pretty white, yeah.
Yeah, it's still.
We're expecting it to be yellow.
A little bit. Sometimes it dinges over time.
Yeah,
Some fabrics, yeah.
because it's been
2008.
2008. So that's what, 15 years?
Yeah, almost 20
Don't
years.
make me math. I'm not going to math.
Yeah. Yeah, so about 15,
Wow.
almost.
13 years?
Is it 13?
13?
Well, 2008 to 2018 is 10
10.
years. And then 23, so add 5, so 15 years.
23
Oh,
minus 8, y'all.
We're not good with math.
Okay, yeah, we're not good at math.
I'm not doing that's why I sat here just quietly to myself.
Like,
and
sorry, I had to think about it. But yeah, so yeah, for 15 years, yeah, the veil still looks good. The
looks really
the
good.
crown still looks good. And actually, I peeked at my dress suit, and it still looks good.
I mean, better, right? For how much you paid for it?
Oh, hell yeah. You know, honestly, I don't even remember how much I paid for it. So,
Isn't it in your boys' room's closet?
no, it's in my closet
Oh.
now. I stuck it in the very back. So, but yes, anyway, me and Anna both have had weddings. And it was stressful.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
it
would
was-
agree.
It was very stressful. It was stressful for me because I was the first to get married, and I didn't have any friends or family members that I could turn to with advice on how to plan a wedding, an American wedding, a white wedding,
Yes.
like white dress wedding, not a Hmong wedding, but yeah, an American wedding. Because I did not marry a Hmong man, I married a Vietnamese man. So we had a little bit of each, a little Hmong ceremony, a little Vietnamese ceremony, and then boom, the American wedding. So, and that's what I always wanted as a kid, as a little girl, is to walk down the aisle in a beautiful white dress, veil, crown, everything. Like, you know, almost every little girl's dream, right? So typical. Anyway, but of course, it was very stressful because planning a wedding can be a very daunting task. But with the right approach, it can also be, you know, exciting and memorable and a really good core memory to, you know, look back and talk about and share with your, you know, future kids or grandkids, or just reminisce with your family and friends. So, basically, the key to a successful wedding planning is to basically stay organized. If you're not a very good organizer, then delegate that responsibility to somebody you know that is very good at organizing and keeping lists and stuff like that. And that person can easily be part of your wedding party as well. It could be your maid of honor. It could be a like an aunt or something, and she can just kind of be like a stand-in wedding coordinator. So, but
Or
yes.
if you have moolah,
Yeah, unless you have moolah, you can hire an actual
Wedding planner.
wedding planner slash coordinator, whichever. So, but yes, basically stay organized, stay within budget, and then, like I said, delegate certain tasks to friends or family. That way, you're not scrambling around doing everything by yourself. Okay, so we're gonna go down this little guide that I found online. It is off of the website Ancora Ever After. They are a photography videographer group, and they had a little tips page about how to plan a wedding, and I read over it, and it's really good advice. So I'm just going to relay some of it to you guys, and we'll talk about it, about my wedding, what I did, and what Anna did with her wedding, and what we think, and so forth. So
We can also talk about what you guys want for your future wedding,
yeah, you too.
if that's in the plans, or it's just a dream one. Can you dream event?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure a lot of us dream of our wedding and wonder how it's going to be, how much it's going to cost, and et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so starting off, how to plan a wedding. Number one is set a budget. Okay, a budget. Basically, the extra money that you have to spend on your wedding, like the whole thing. Okay, not just your dress, not just your wedding cake or flowers or whatever, for the whole shebang. Okay, a lot of ladies do not set a budget, therefore they end up spending too much or not having enough for what they wanted originally, and then they get disappointed and you get all stressed out and bridezilla-y. So yeah, so set a budget, determine your total budget on spending on your wedding. So basically make a list of your expenses. So like your venue, your dress, catering, flowers and decor, music, photography, videography, all of that. List out what you are wanting for that day, and then do research on the costs and compare. So, and we'll get to that in a little bit. Now, once you make your list, prioritize those expenses. You make sure you stick to those. Otherwise, you're just going to be running around with your heads cut off and spending more money than you should, or you spent too much on this when you should have spent it on that. So just prioritize your expenses. So based on what's more important to you, kind of like, is the venue and catering more important to you? Is your wedding dress more important to you? And et cetera, et cetera. So just go down the list of how much you want to spend. Compare costs, like I said. Just look at different vendors, wedding coordinators, DJs, photographers, catering companies. I'm sure there's more than one like bridal suites that you can go to and try on dresses, and so on and so forth. So also track your spending. Keep receipts or write it down somewhere on an expense sheet. And be flexible with your spending, because what you think something costs may cost more, or it may even cost less. So just be a little flexible. Don't be what's the word?
Like, don't limit your
expenses.
expenses.
Don't like set it in concrete. I'm only going to spend $500. That's it. No more, no less. Yeah, that doesn't exist in wedding planning. So be flexible. So once you get all that down in the list, it's time to choose your venue. A venue is any place, spot, area that you want to get married at, whether it is in a barn or in a industrial type venue, in the city, out in the country, in a park, at home, someone's mansion. Yeah, any place where you want your wedding ceremony to happen, it's basically called a venue. So before you go shopping around for venues, you should determine your type of wedding, like your wedding style, like what you want your wedding to be. So, like, do you want it like country chic? So then you probably want to look for like a nice barn to get married in. Or if you want it to be
More princessy.
Yeah.
Disney weddings.
yeah,
If you got money for it.
yeah, if you want a more princessy, then you can always look for venues that are kind of either castle-y or mansions. You'd be surprised of what you can find out there to be a venue. I know here in Tulsa, downtown, there is this venue called Dresser Mansion, and it's a very beautiful mansion downtown that you can get married in. It's for a smaller wedding, so those of you who want like a huge wedding, forget it. They're not going to fit there. But yeah, Dresser Mansions, it's a beautiful place. It's a great place to get married and feel kind of regal and kind of in like an old setting, I guess. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's very pretty. So yeah, just search around on what you might have in your city. So yeah, determine your wedding style, and then you can figure out which venue will work best for you. That will adhere to your taste,
Your preference.
preference. Another thing to think about when you're choosing a venue is your guest count. Okay, so make sure you know how many people you're planning to invite, and make sure that that venue can accommodate that amount of people. You know, because I know for a fact for like Hmong weddings, you tend to invite everyone and anyone in town that's Hmong, whether you're related or not. So you will definitely have probably trouble finding a place that will accommodate like 200 plus. You know, so I think most places are like 100 to 150 approximately average wise on size. So yeah, think about your guest count, and once you figure that out and you pick a venue, and say the venue doesn't accommodate 100 or 150 plus, and they only accommodate like say 80 or 90, and so you continue your search for a different venue, or if you really really love this venue, then there's some people on your list that you're going to have to cut off, because venues are very very strict on the amount of people due to, you know, like fire codes, safety, and stuff like that. So yeah, know your guest count. Also think about location of the venue, and the amenities that they offer. Amenities meaning like, do they offer like in-house DJing system? Do they provide tables, chairs, linens, or do you have to go and rent that out yourself, etc.? So basically whatever the venue can offer you that you don't have to worry about later. So tables, chairs, sometimes they do coffee or water for free for that. So yeah, ask questions, because some venues offer a lot for their packaging in their place. So yeah, keep that in mind. Also keep in mind the weather in the months that you plan your wedding in. So like summer, if you're doing a summer, make sure that there's air conditioning, especially in Oklahoma. You know, think about the weather, your guests. If you're doing an outdoor ceremony, and like in Oklahoma in the summer months, you'll have that random rain shower.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, just plan ahead, because if you live in Oklahoma like we do, yeah, you get that random shower of storms and rain. So if you want to do an outdoor ceremony and it starts raining, please have a backup plan, whether to do it inside or to have those event tents put up. Okay. Of course, cost, you know, stay within budget. Stay within budget. I cannot emphasize that enough. And then also remember to, you know, visit the venues that you have chosen, like the chosen few, couple or three that you have. Visit the venue around the time that you plan to do your wedding. So, say you picked a really nice venue, you want to do your wedding maybe around between 4 and 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Try to tour that venue around that time. That way, you can see what the venue looks like during that span of time. You know, like the lighting, whether it's too hot, too cold, or whatever. That way you can adjust certain things. So I did not know any of this stuff while planning my wedding. I did not set a budget because, hell, what?
I only had a few months. You didn't have like a whole year like normal people do. With you, like you only had like 2-3 months.
Yeah, I think it was like 3-4 months.
Yeah.
Because as soon as like me and Chow got engaged, like my dad and my uncles like basically said, okay, you have to get married within 4 months, type thing.
And it's so dumb.
It is
Most
really-
people's reason for that is so dumb because their reason is just in case they
change their mind.
They change their mind or to return you.
So that their reason? You said Hmong people, or they said their reason.
Like Hmong people's
people in
reason
general?
in general, their reasons
Oh.
always once you get engaged, hurry up and get married before they change their mind.
Oh, I think that's just a generalized comment. What you're saying, but I think just for the situation, might be just that. I think it was just your uncles and they're worried, right?
No, my uncles and my dad.
Oh,
No, they said that. They said
Yeah,
that.
they said that.
I know, but I was just saying that that's a little. I don't think it's like not Hmong people. I think it's just that probably what they were thinking.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's like I don't know. All the Hmong people that I know who talked about engagement like this, their mom and dads were also, no, you need to do it quicker before they change their mind.
Oh,
because Hmong people don't really believe in being engaged
Yeah.
type thing,
um,
or at least not for like a long period of time while you plan out your wedding.
oh,
You know.
yeah. I mean, I was just surprised that you guys or just they forced you to do it basically, or kind of not forced, like coerced you.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
coerced
coerced
me
you
to
guys
do it.
to,
You know,
yeah.
because I was young. I was only like 20 at the time,
Yeah.
and like I said, I didn't have any help. I didn't have anybody to turn to and ask them for advice. You know, it's like because I didn't know that I could be engaged up to a year while I'm planning for the wedding.
Well, you didn't have anybody.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't have anybody to, you know, to follow after. So it was just kind of like, okay, 4 months. And so I literally had 4 months to plan for my wedding. You know, I had 4 months to find a dress, to find a venue, find a caterer, photographer, DJ, music stuff. Yeah, all that in 4 months. You know, and like I really, really wished that I had somebody that was knowledgeable in that kind of thing, because I think back to my wedding all the time and how much of the stuff that I would change and wish I hadn't done and wish that I did. You know, especially not since Chow's a wedding DJ and he's like more knowledgeable in it. It's like, damn. If only we had this information back then. Yeah, because, yeah. Like I said, I didn't have a budget. I didn't set a budget. I just spent money. You know, I had a credit card, and I just, both me and him had credit cards, and we just swiped. And then whatever that was on it at the end of everything, we had to pay off.
I think that happens though with a lot of people, because I personally, for me, and our situation, we didn't set a budget because we don't, the relationship that we have with money, it's not healthy enough to actually know how to do a budget. So I think probably a lot of young Hmong couples, probably they're in the same situation too, where unless you're very lucky and you just know how to handle your money. I don't have a good relationship with money, so making a budget won't be right. And we were also in the same boat as well. We kind of generally had a budget, but not really to.
Like it wasn't strict.
Yeah, necessarily. But it wasn't like, oh, like I want, like these 5 things, so I'm gonna get it. No, it was just like, okay, we'll get this and we'll get that. I don't think that I personally ever really sat down and figured out what I wanted specifically. So even though we were engaged for actually over a year, it didn't really help because I also didn't have anybody to like actually talk about this stuff, because originally I wasn't even planning to marry someone that would give me even a chance to do an American wedding. So that was not even anything like in my mind at all. So
Yeah.
I also remember, so I was both Michelle and Anna's maid of honor. When I was Michelle's, I was only like, what, 14, 15? So I had no idea what the hell I was doing. I wrote my vows the night before, not the vows, I wrote my speech the
day of.
the night before. But with Anna's, when I was older, because yours was back in, 2018?
2018.
Yeah, so I was older, like 28, 27, something like that. Anyways, because when you said that you had no idea, I remember every time I would bring up the wedding for you, you kept saying, I don't know.
Oh, I do remember
Yeah.
that.
And then when I'm trying to help you like plan it, you kept like pushing me away, and you kept like, I don't want to talk about it. You were very like stressed out to where you didn't know, and I'm kind of like, I don't know how to help you.
Well, because I didn't know myself. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't know what my preferences were, and I didn't know, because people kept saying like, oh, use a Pinterest board to help you and figure that out. But it actually, if you don't know yourself, you won't really know what you want. So only now, like, oh, I know what I prefer. I mean, that's what my personal experience is. The reason why. And because I was getting frustrated because, like, I did tell you guys that I didn't know.
Yeah.
And that was the truth, God, I sound like Mike.
Yeah, it was starting to get like a time crunch thing where I was like, girl, your wedding is in like less than 6 months. I need to know what you're
Yeah.
trying to do so that I can help you.
Well, it was very stressful because it was like that planning part. And then also basically anticipating, 300 plus guests, because that's what we were worried about, because your guys' dad is such a
Yeah.
well-known person in the Hmong Christian community specifically. So we were stressed out. There's a lot of things that I also would have changed too. But ultimately, I think I would have just preferred to elope. But Mike was the first son in the family, and then I was the first one to ever even have this wedding. Nobody in my family has ever had this type of wedding either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think also, like with weddings, I like to add that with weddings, it's your wedding unless somebody's paying it for you. But again, it's your wedding.
I don't ever recommend that you have someone help pay for it unless it's a
Yeah.
gift, because that's a
Yeah.
different story. Because unless you and that person have a really close relationship to where you guys are actually open to talk about, like, basically you have a vulnerable space to talk about any kind of problems that you have with each other, people will always use things in the past to throw it back in your face.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't recommend doing that. So
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, this is your wedding. Do it how you want to do. And then weddings, any joyous occasion always brings jealous people
yes,
who will put their 2 cents in no matter what. And they'll try to do something upsetting on your day.
I don't know about you,
Kinda thing.
Michelle, but I don't even. It was so stressful that I don't even really remember that much
Of your
on my-
wedding?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember my wedding like it was yesterday, man. Okay, I remember everything because it's like everyone and anyone was just like pissing me off and like upsetting me and stuff like that because, like you and Michael, me and Chow, we paid for our own wedding. The only thing we didn't pay for was the venue that we had it at. My dad paid for that, and it's like even though we paid for most of everything, majority of everything, people were still giving 2 cents. My dad was still trying to, drive the control shift and stuff like that. And I'm just like, no, I don't want any of that. And plus, when I was telling people to be somewhere at a certain time, they were not there.
No, they were not reliable.
No, they were not reliable. And that's another thing. Like, I knew Melissa was young, so I didn't really delegate anything to her except to just bring my dress to the church.
Yeah.
Well, I was reliable. Okay, I was yelling at people
I know.
at 14, my aunts and shit. Like, no, Michelle says we gotta be here at this time. I gotta be there at this time. But I'm only 14. I can't drive.
Yeah, she couldn't drive. So it was really mad because, like I said, no one was listening, and I didn't have anybody to delegate tasks to. Or more like, I didn't know I could do that. I just figured I had to do
on your
everything
own.
myself.
Gosh.
So it was super stressful doing everything, telling everybody, you need to be here, you need to be here, you need to be here at this time. Don't do this, don't do that, So it was very stressful and upsetting having to drive my wedding like that, by myself, and Chow was like supportive and stuff like that. And he did whatever it is that I told him to do. And it's like I had to plan the wedding, I had to plan the wedding rehearsal, and so on and so forth. So I was just very stressed. I did not have fun at my wedding.
Yeah. Well, mine I dissociated, so it was not fun.
Yeah.
Mike had a blast, though. I will not say what happened
Yeah.
because I don't want to embarrass him, but he had fun.
Yeah,
but
he
I
did.
ended up I went to bed angry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, my wedding is a blur. But for you ladies, I hope that you guys know that whatever you want will help you help support you guys.
Yes.
Whatever you decide.
Yes. Whatever you want, whatever you need. You have your 2 big sisters here to help you guys budget.
Or if
And-
you want to elope, I don't really care.
Yeah. Even that. Since we didn't have anybody to help educate us and give us advice and stuff, it's like, we're here. We're ready. It's like, we want to tell people and give people advice like, don't do this, do this instead, and whatnot.
Have you ever decided or ever thought about maybe helping Chow and do like wedding planning, wedding coordination with Chow, since Chow does DJ, so you guys can do like a partnership where you can charge to help coordinate and help plan for people's weddings?
And then like an extra thing is like, oh, you need DJ? Look.
Yeah. Or like, oh, I'll be your DJ. Do you need help planning? I can. My wife, she helps me plan stuff. She can help you at an extra fee. Have you ever thought of that?
I have. What's funny is like, you remember Chow's other Asian friend, the weird one?
Oh, the one that found me on
Yeah.
dating app.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually suggested that for me too,
Yeah.
to do that and or join like their photography team or whatever. And I'm just kind of like, I don't think so, because one, I'm not a people person.
Yeah.
I was like, and 2, I have kids, so me and Chow can't be out the whole
Same
weekend.
thing. Yeah.
I mean, I know you guys would probably help babysit or whatever, but I don't want to be doing that every single weekend.
Well, it's not every single weekend because, again, it's not like your need is probably not a need compared to Chow's because he's the actual DJ. But with you, yours would be more like an extra service. And so it shouldn't be, I don't know, but like starting out, it shouldn't be every weekend. It would just be like if you ever decided that you need help or that bride needs help planning something, then Child can be like, oh yeah, my wife actually can help plan this for this fee
It's
to help you. And then if you don't want it, that's fine. But if you ever choose that you want help, my wife is here to help me, to help you. So technically, you're not really going to be a people person. It's going to be between you and the bride. And then depending on what your services are going to be. So if you want to be the one who coordinates the vendors and stuff like that, if you want to go that far out to coordinate vendors, then yeah, you're just talking to vendors
Right.
and the bride and the
True.
groom.
Yeah. yeah, the thought has crossed
Mhm.
our minds. So I don't know. I'll probably have to.
You get to yell at people.
That's true.
That's kind of
The Virgo, the Virgo in her, she's like, I would love that.
like that's kind of fun.
I would
to yell
love
at
that.
people.
I will tell people what to do.
Mhm.
So funny.
But knowing her, she would want a team with her, though.
Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
cool too. You can do that too. Whatever
Yeah.
you need. But like most of the time, I figure they're smaller weddings.
Hmm
They're
It's
not
true.
usually. I don't think Child's ever done like a big weddings, does he? Like 200, 300 plus.
Yeah, he has.
Oh, he has.
Yeah, he's done a
Oh.
few.
Which I figure with people like that, they already hired
A coordinator.
But like
Right.
smaller weddings, I feel like you can probably help assist with that.
Yeah, that's true. And plus with Caucasian people with white people, they usually have already decided on a coordinator way before they even get to hiring a DJ. Where I am, so I mean, it's still a good thought, but that's also my thought too. It's like they most likely, like 95% of the time, already have a coordinator chosen, and that coordinator is the one who reached out to Chow for DJ services
Right.
and whatnot.
But then there's
So,
some who are like us and they've never done it before.
true.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. Yes, I wished that we had people to advise us like that.
Yeah, maybe like specifically, it would be cool to have Hmong wedding coordinators, so you could tell them, you don't, all those extra people that go to your wedding that really just want to go there for food, they're not gonna care about you guys because it's your day, and if they
Yeah,
really
I was
did
gonna say that.
care, they would like be at the top of your list of guests that would come already.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of our Hmong brothers and sisters, they are still kind of traditionally old school. Even some people are like our age, where they're like, "Oh no, you have to do it because it's to like honor your mom and dad," kind of thing. But in reality, us who's more modern, f that, man. It's my wedding. It's not has nothing to do with my parents.
Yeah, it's like, it ain't about you.
It's
Yeah. You know, and sometimes we need somebody to say that to
it's
them.
okay. They'll get over it.
Yeah.
You guys just said worry about yourself. And if you need someone to help you with some moral support to tell them no, you can. Because I didn't know that. I didn't know anything about invitations. I didn't know anything about save the dates and all that. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, save the dates. Don't do it. There's no need. Save yourself some money and headache.
Just send the invitation.
Just send the invitations. Because even if you send a save the date thing, it's like, what's the point when you just send the invitation?
Yeah, that's actually
Make it
more
hot.
like for people who, more towards the white people because they actually plan ahead. But you know, for Hmong people, they just need the invitation to go. So you would just need to know if they're going to attend, and that way you can kind of calculate money wise.
Yep. So,
Yeah.
okay. So next on the list, after choosing a venue, choosing.
Oh, can I add something? Sorry
Yeah.
about the venue.
Uh-huh.
It's always good to get a floor plan. Okay.
Oh
Ask the venue for a floor plan of your place, so that way you can look from it from the top view.
If the venue does it right, they do give you a floor plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because the venue that we got married in, they did give
that's good.
floor plan, and like the extra amenities or extra rooms that we could use, obviously with an additional charge. So
Yeah.
there was all floor plans.
Yeah.
So if the venue knows what they're doing, they're supposed to give you a floor plan.
Yeah. But if they don't, ask for floor plans.
Yes. And if you're wondering why, that it's for you and your wedding party to figure out where to put tables, how to set everything up,
Where's the dance floor?
where's the dance floor,
the bar
where's-
going?
where's the cake going, where's the DJ going, etc., etc. Your vendors will appreciate you for that as well. So,
Man, I wish there was a nice enough place for like a lot of Hmong venues or venues that could accommodate Hmong events like that, because there's not that many, like you said. It's too little.
Unless somebody builds it, they will.
Yeah,
come.
and then like gives us credit for some of it because we did come up with this idea too. You like that, Molly?
But it's just Oh, I don't want to open up a whole can of worms with
Yeah.
home events. Never mind.
Well, I would say like limit the events because I think as long as you have something down, you know, then you like on contractually, I think it'll be hard for them to.
Right, but
Yeah.
because you know how just us Hmong people are very spiritual, and so Hmong
Uh-huh.
people use any event place to do anything.
Well, that's what I was
So,
saying. Limit
yeah.
it, like no
Yeah.
funerals. Just you know, it has to be approved. So
Right.
it depends honestly on the person that owns the property.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
if they do that, that's on them.
Yeah, that's why I tell people, I'm like, if you want to get rich quick, I hate to say it, but funerals, especially with
Well, the
Hmong-
superstition thing is that if you are Hmong and you own a funeral home, then like apparently it'll jinx you or make you bring bad luck to you, and everybody that you love will die and everything. Like there's nothing but death around, and I'm like, I get it, I guess, but I know what you mean though.
yeah, but I'm like, but I mean, come on, let's be honest here.
Money.
It's money. Hmong people
Yeah.
pay a lot for funeral
Spaces.
homes that can't hold as much people as they wanted to, because
Mm-hmm.
Mika people, they don't have big enough funeral homes. for
Yeah,
that,
but then, girl, that is a whole nother can of worms because
Yeah.
it's actually such a disservice to the family when they do funerals because it costs like to the traditional shaman funerals. It is like over $20,000 of money,
yeah.
and it's not even worth it because people literally lose sleep and everything. But
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what I say, man. If it's me, just burn me. Turn me into dust.
Put me in a necklace. Michael can wear me.
No, I'll be like, I will haunt him. I was like, get rid of the necklace. I don't want to be connected with you. I mean, that's me. You know what I mean? Let me free.
Yeah,
let me go. Don't wear. You do that, I'm gonna haunt you. That's not my fault.
That's like me when I said to put me like in like dice or something. So I'm always there during game night.
Oh my
Dude,
god! You can yell at the dice, Molly!
I told you to give me lucky sevens.
Damn you, Molly!
We're like, oh, true Molly fashion. Gave me
That
ones.
is.
Gave me ones.
Oh my
hilarious.
god.
But,
Well, that could be a topic. Yeah. Yeah. Would you rather be buried or cremated? Yeah. Okay, so next is choosing your date, basically. When you want to get married. Do you want to do winter style? You want to do spring, summer, fall? Any of those seasons actually will be beautiful. So I had mine in the summer, which I totally regret because of Oklahoma heat. It was, I think it was like the hottest day
Yeah, I remember it was
of that
super hot.
year that I had my wedding on.
Was it?
I think so.
None of the kids wanted to play outside.
It was hot. Like the pavement was hot. Like your shoes would stick to it almost. So yeah, it was a very, very hot day. It was like in July 26th, 2008. So it was very hot, smack dab in the middle of summer.
oh my God, July.
Mm-hmm.
July.
Yeah.
Wow, that was really
Yeah, because like we got engaged in like what, April-ish, May.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, April, yeah, May, June, July. Yes, I got married in July. So
Dang.
yeah, I had to pick a date, and that was the date. It was super freaking hot. I would never do that again. I would switch it to either like spring or fall. I would say I probably would do like a close to winter wedding, just because it's cooler. But yeah, I had a summer wedding. It was not fun. It was not fun. I sweated a lot. My guests were probably uncomfortable too. Yeah. So yeah. So choose a date, a good date.
At least your place was AC'd.
That's true.
Unlike, sorry, Mo, your friend's wedding.
Oh,
It was
I don't
so
blame you.
hot. It was so hot.
It didn't help
I
that
think-
it was like an old building, so the
Yeah.
AC
Yeah,
couldn't keep up.
yeah. The AC couldn't keep
Yeah,
up.
and then Sam's wedding. Oh my god, it was so hot.
Yeah.
Again, same reason. It was too hot. The AC couldn't keep up. But yeah, so yeah, choose your dates wisely, and also remember that certain seasons are busier than others. So if you have chosen, or if you found a venue, make sure that they are available, because the busier months are June, September, and October. So make sure that if you think you found your wedding, make sure they have an actual opening for you, because in those months the weekends book fast.
It's usually like a year in advance.
Yes.
Yeah, that's one of the things that you want to pick is your date. Because actually, what I did was I used the website The Knot, and there was this checklist I was following, and so I did pick. We did pick our venue, but for me, what was more important is just originally we did want it in June, but then it didn't work out, so we just pushed it to September. Yeah, which was fine.
Yeah.
It was
Were-
a nice weather.
Were you guys trying to do it on your guys' actual
Anniversary, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, nope. If I had done that, that would have been in February.
Hey, that would have been not too hot,
True, but
Yeah.
it's always what is it? You never know what the weather is going to be.
right?
So
February is
Snow,
always
storm,
surprising.
Yeah,
ice,
usually when it
storm.
snows here.
It does not snow here. It's
it
ice.
It ices,
here.
yeah.
So
Okay, yeah.
It's just ice.
but yeah, so the months June, September, and October book fast. So if those are the months that you like, yeah, book quickly and way ahead in advance.
12 months ahead minimum. More if you could do even earlier, even better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that way you can guarantee your spot.
Yeah.
Shouldn't that be like the first thing you do?
Yeah, that's
is
what I
the
s-
dates.
That's why I got
Yeah.
the venue.
Yeah.
On that checklist I was following, they said to pick your date and pick your venue. Like those are one of the top things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, venue, date. Moving on to the next one. After you've chosen a date and the venue, and you get to the fun part where you get to select who is in your wedding party. So like your maid of honor, your bridesmaids, best man, groomsman.
That's
What's
something.
that face?
Yeah.
Give
Oh, I
me a
was gonna be
face.
like, be wise on who you choose your
Oh, yes.
bridesmaids.
Oh,
Your bridesmaids
Yes.
and groomsmen.
Yeah, and like flower girls, ring bearers, all the people who are going to walk down the aisle. Okay? So, yes, consider and think really hard, yes, like Molly said, of who you want to be in your party.
Yeah, we've seen some bridesmaids of other brides and heard stories.
Okay, so for me, this is my opinion, is that the people who you choose to be in your wedding party are people who are very important to you, who all support you, and who all genuinely want to help you, like in general in life, and especially on your wedding day. Okay, you're not there to only look pretty. You're there to help your bride. Okay, That is my genuine feeling and opinion for wedding party people.
yes, I agree.
Okay, you are there to help your bride. You're there to help your girlfriend, your sister, or whoever. Maid of honor. You take the brunt of everything. So you're the maid of honor for a reason. So please do your job and help your girl. You are there. You're supposed to help her. You're her second wind and everything like that. So please be aware of who you appoint to be in your wedding party. Okay. It's to save yourself tears, save yourself heartbreak, and stuff like that.
And whoever you choose for your bridesmaids, they probably already know what you want. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Not like mine, where like all the girls were worried about was deciding on what type of dress to wear. And I'm just like, that's the bride's opinion. But I mean, if she says she don't care, then she doesn't care. But they were like popping like these random like websites, all different ones, and they were all wanting to get different dresses as long as they were the same color. But I was just like, that isn't how it works. Some of those dresses are not the same color, even though they look like it on the website.
Yeah, they may not be in real life when you
Yeah,
get it.
unless it's like she just wants the same shade, like around the similar same shade, as long as like it's in that color category.
Yeah.
Then that's different.
Yeah. So, still talking about wedding parties here. It is considered good etiquette to cover the expenses of your wedding party. So, like, whether you're buying or renting suits, dresses, hair, makeup, and stuff like that. I paid for my bridesmaid stuff. In my opinion, I don't think you need to. That's just something to discuss upon with you and your girls, with you and your party. Because I've heard of brides who pay for everything, and then there are brides who ask their bridesmaids to buy their own dress. That way they can just, keep it.
And I feel like that's reasonable because
Yeah,
it's their own
definitely.
dress. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's totally up to you. Like I said, discuss amongst yourselves. And that's why I also say be careful who you choose to be in your party. So, men, you too. Groom, be careful who you choose as your best man, your groomsmen, so
Yeah,
That way-
if they only care about partying and drinking the day of your wedding and like misplace the rings. Oh my god.
yeah.
Divorce. Not even married.
on.
Divorce.
Divorce.
There's one time with Anna's wedding where I'm like, where'd I put it? Because I set it down to go get something real quick, and then me and my forgetful self, I was like, where'd it go? But I found him. Obviously, I found him.
Like, oh my God.
But yeah, for one point, I was like, oh shit, where'd it go?
And it's going to kill me.
You just did that and it made me think I was a gorilla, and I was like, as a kid.
SpongeBob.
Yeah,
Oh, I think
that's
it's
who.
SpongeBob.
Yeah, caveman SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So make sure you pick your besties who will care for you, die for you, be there, do whatever it is that you need them to do.
Be like us,
You know?
where in Sam's wedding I had to restrict one of the bridesmaids from drinking, so I had to drag her into the back room and keep her there.
But anyway, yeah. So wedding party. Choose people who you love and trust. So, yeah. After you pick them, then it's time to plan your ceremony. And if those of you who don't know what the ceremony is, it's the part where you go say "I do."
Usually
exchange
like at a
vows.
church.
Yeah,
or-
sometimes, yeah. Majority of the time, it's a religious thing, and you do it at a church, or you can just do it at a
your reception place, your venue.
yeah, at your venue, wherever, So the ceremony is not exactly like the location, but more like where the vows are exchanged.
Yes.
So,
There's a way to do it that's not religiously too.
yes.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be religious. It could be non-religious too. So, yeah, so that's when you think about your ceremony and what kind of ceremony you want. Do you want it traditionally religious? Or do you want it just by a certified marriage clerk? Or, any other traditional cultural stuff that you can plan to be. You can add in like unity stuff, like unity candles or sand or knot tying, the little fun stuff to
Feet washing.
Oh yeah,
That's a
feet
thing
washing.
for religious people. Is feet
Yeah.
washing.
So anything that would symbolize your life coming together as one.
That's also not something else important to pick out too, though. Is who the person is marrying you guys, or is the officiant?
Oh, the officiant. Uh-huh.
Yeah, because that's what I remember clearly. So shout out to my friend Lawrence. Hey, my bestie.
I know we
You
loved
would want
him. Yeah.
you want someone that is going to support you and like would help you, because the original person that we wanted to marry us, Mike was really sad. It didn't go through. So I was like struggling and figuring out who to ask, what to do, and I was angry because he was disappointed that nobody or that person basically couldn't do it. Because actually, how many no's did he get already? I think he already had like 2 no's. He
From
already-
that person?
No, from 2 different people
From
already.
2 different people.
So I was like so mad, and I was like, oh my God, are we even gonna get married? And then I was venting to Lawrence one day, and then he was just like, oh wow. And I was like, yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I've looked up some places or some things online, and some people charge, but it's like really expensive. And then he just looks at me and he goes, I'll do it. And I was like,
Aw.
huh? What did you say?
Oh, yeah.
And then he's like, I'll do it. Just give me some time. I'll get, certified the right way, and I'll get all the registration done, and I'll do it for you. And I was like, are you serious? And he was like, yeah, I'll do it. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, he was so good. Him and his sisters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his sister.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
helped out a lot.
Yeah, she is. Well, I call her Net because Lawrence calls her Net, but her actual full name is Antoinette.
Oh.
Yeah, so Net and Lawrence, thank you so much. Love you guys. They were the ones that married us, and so when he did that, like I said, like he said it without hesitating. He was like, "I'll do it," and I was like, "What?
Aw.
What?" So, yeah, but I know how his where his heart is, so I was like, "Wow, thank you." And then I was like, the good thing is that you'll be able to marry other people too, make some money. And he's
Yeah.
like, I know. And I was like, well, thank you. So he actually married a couple more people after us
Yeah.
that we knew too. So yeah, shout out to Lawrence or Law. Yeah. So excited.
He was very sweet. We loved him.
Yeah. So that's also someone else to pick too.
Yes.
Is who's going to
officiate
your wedding, and hopefully you can have someone that can support you like my friend did too. So
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't have to be a pastor or reverend,
no.
you know, or like some official. Yeah. Your friend or your brother or whoever can get officiated or registered, certified. Is that the word? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He
To
did
become one.
He did his stuff online, and then he made sure to do it where he can sign marriage licenses in the state of Oklahoma.
Oh.
I'm thinking of Lija's wedding where their friend was their officiant, and it was very. How do I say it?
It was fast.
It was very fast. It was
Uh-huh.
very like, so you want to do this thing? Yeah. You want to take her? Yeah.
Oh, very like informal.
Yes. It was
Like
very-
casual.
It was very like, not really millennial. It was like very Gen Z sounding. Because you have to see like their friends are that age, and then like there's all Hmong OGs, and so you're expecting like, do you so and so take so and so to be your lawfully wedded husband and wife? With them, they're like, you want to do it? Yeah. You too? Yeah. Okay. Your husband and wife. Now kiss.
That reminds me. That was the first time I ever seen Mike cry in front of everybody, and you guys were like, "Oh my God, he's crying!"
Yeah.
for your
Yeah,
wedding?
for our
Yeah.
wedding,
I
yeah.
too.
Made us cry too. We're like, oh my god.
Really, come here, he's crying. Yeah, I didn't think that he would actually be crying, so I was like, "Oh my God." Because I was already like, oh, don't break. And then he starts crying. I was like, oh my God.
Oh my god. Oh, another thing about planning ceremonies, that's when you get to, pick your songs, your music.
Oh, yes.
What song you want to walk down the aisle to, whatever songs that you want your bridal party to walk down. And even the song when you're leaving after saying I do, you can pick a song for that as well. So that part's always fun to do.
It's like you gotta basically do the soundtrack of your wedding, basically.
Yeah.
Because and you have to rehearse that part too.
Yes, that's what wedding rehearsals are for.
That was
Yeah.
like really complicated. My ceremony was outside.
Yes.
Yours was
In a church.
Yeah, inside of a church. Thank God it
Those
didn't
of you who are
rain.
listening who can't see, I'm rolling my eyes.
Or just go to YouTube and look at her roll her eyes.
It's like
Cue eye roll.
Bombastic side eye.
Oh yeah, bombastic side eye.
Criminal offensive.
Just put the capybara face.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, like Anna said, you get to pick the soundtrack to your wedding.
It's
So,
important every step of the way,
Yeah.
like what you said.
Yes,
You
it's
have to
very
get it
important,
song.
because it's you. It's all about you. So you're presenting yourself to your love. So it just
Yeah.
be very conscientious of what you want to pick.
You know what I miss
What?
that in weddings that people don't do anymore?
What?
Is brides who don't put the veil over their face.
Oh,
the
yeah.
blushing veil. Yes.
I think that is so
Romantic.
romantic and so pretty that like every time I go to a wedding, the brides don't do that. They just wear it on their head, and I'm
Yeah.
kind of like, it would have been really cute if you have the veil over your head, and then, is it their dad or is it?
It could be either or.
Yeah, they are taking it off, and I'm like, that's so romantic to me.
To me.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
I get
Yeah.
it.
I feel
agree
like that
too.
would make sense if the groom has not seen the bride yet. Because there are some where
Some
they
people
don't
who
do
do
the
the-
first look and they just go down the aisle. and then that's where the groom sees the bride for the first time.
Still, man, I'm a fucking present, man. I'm just kidding, but still,
no,
though, no, I like the whole, because it's kind of like, what's the point of a veil if it's not gonna,
Veil you.
yeah, you know? And so that's why I'm like, I miss, at least if ever I get married, I would do it.
I'm sorry, you did that, and I just thought of Shrek when he remember in Shrek 3 where he messed around and he had the veil over. They were like, "You can now kiss the bride," and then they pull the veil over and it's Shrek and he goes, "Ha, I gotcha!" And I knew you were gonna say you wanted the veil because
Yeah.
that's immediately what I thought.
Yeah, I like the veil.
It's cute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love the veil too.
Yeah.
They don't do it anymore. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of sad.
No, it's cute. It's totally you though, actually. So it makes sense because, like you said, you're a present. You're a gift. That's what it's supposed to represent.
Yeah, like you're kind of passing from, like your dad's literally passing you from him
gifting you
to him, you know? So it's kind of like, or her, whoever, you know? And it's kind of like, that's the whole point.
Open your present. There you go.
Unlike those Chinese weddings, though, those are bougie. The one
beads.
where like the veil comes flying over and it lands onto the bride.
I'm
I'm like-
food.
Damn, yo, that's expensive.
Yeah, that's a bit extra.
But I don't know, Asian people overseas, they do their weddings big.
Yeah.
Like the Korean people.
That's if you have money. So
It's all about money.
okay, so after the ceremony will come the reception. So you get to plan for your reception. Again, the number of guests is very important to know. That way you have seating for everybody because it's very awkward and embarrassing when you have guests who need to stand because they don't have enough seating.
We were at one wedding that was like that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that there was not enough.
So we had to
chairs.
leave.
We did leave, didn't
Yeah,
we?
we
did
leave.
leave.
We
Yeah.
left. So, what is it? I know us Hmong people, us Hmong brothers and sisters, we know what that's like. So be very aware and know the number of your guests. For your reception is also where you feed your guests and where you eat. So you will get to choose. Think about what type of food you want to be there. Who's going to be your caterer, and that's also where a majority of your decor will be. So like centerpieces, flower pieces, any type of ceiling, chandelier stuff. So
I just thought of something when you said decor. It will be, if it's included, it's good to see if you are allowed to come early or the night before to decorate. Because on the morning of, you think you'll have time? No, you're all rushing.
yeah.
Or if you do, you have to designate a different team to go decorate.
Yeah.
And some people don't do that, and they ask their family like a week before, and we say no.
Yes.
Don't do that
definitely.
to your family.
Or at
okay?
least because your family is there as a guest.
Yeah. Don't do that to your family members.
Well, if push comes to shove and you don't have money to have or know of another group, then you kind of have to ask your family. But I guess ask them ahead of time. I
Yeah,
guess.
not a week before the wedding.
Not like the week before, but it was literally, or like at least like the day before. Don't do that. Or the day of.
You want me, you gotta tell me a month ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. So most venues do allow you to decorate early, only if they don't already have an event planned the night before.
That's true.
Oh.
If they have an event the night before planned already, you can't do it. You would have to do it the next morning. Which then, you have to designate certain people to help you guys decorate while you and your wedding party get ready.
Oh my God, I'm now getting flashbacks of, I do have PTSD or something, I'm dissociated, of my wedding with that day of when we were decorating. It was raining, it was pouring rain, I forgot. And the sign I made with the chalk marker, it all melted away from the rain, so I had to rewipe it and redo it, and had to have someone else
You had
redo it.
Sheena do it.
Yeah, thanks, Sheena. I was freaking out. I was like, oh my God. And I'm wiping it and all. And then Liz was like, let's go get ready. And I was like, my sign. I stayed up all night doing it.
Somebody else can do it. Yeah,
I
someone else can do
know.
it. Let's go.
Nobody
They all came here
cares.
for you. So
Yeah.
who cares about the
They want to
sign?
see you, not the sign.
It was a good thing though. We had the church youth come in and help though,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
because they helped decorate while the bride crew and the groom crew.
Well,
went
like
to
what
go
they
get
say, it's that mom and dad's getting married.
ready. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, mom and dad's getting married. Let's go. But yeah, so reception. Yeah, food, decor, and music. Plan again ahead to hire whoever you're hiring, whether it's a DJ or a band or like a soloist or whatever for your music for your reception, because DJs book up pretty quickly. So again, don't wait till like a couple months before, because you will probably not find a good one. Yeah, no, don't do it.
No, I've been to parties where I felt like I was deaf because the music was so loud.
So yeah, just look, search around, look for reputable companies who do DJing or bands and stuff like that.
What?
What are you laughing?
Thinking, don't think your cousin just because you have an aux cord. Okay? Don't think that you guys just play music off your phone.
Oh,
Okay?
yeah.
Because we've gone to weddings where they do that, and in the middle of like somebody walking down, it'd be like, ding, they get a text message or like somebody calls.
Or not even, they'll have YouTube where they'll play the YouTube, but then they forget that YouTube has ads before the video starts, and then
Or
they,
like in the middle of the video.
yeah, they'll just stand there and like have to wait for the ad. And I'm just like, oh my god.
Okay.
I mean, but there's nothing wrong with that though. If it's not within your budget to get like a
Yeah.
professional DJ, there's nothing
But
wrong.
just
with,
be aware.
Yes, but
Yes.
just be aware of things like that.
Or at your
happening.
friend's wedding where they constantly played merry-go-round from Howl's Moving Castle.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, on repeat.
On repeat.
And then we love Studio Ghibli, but it got to the point where we're like,
Change
okay,
song.
y'all gotta change music.
I love this song, but it's been playing too much. It's getting stuck in my
Yeah,
head.
y'all gotta change the music. Yo, come on.
Yes.
But
So-
they finally did though.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did finally change it. So yeah, music, very important if you want your guests to have a good time. If you're wanting like a good dance party afterwards, so very important. All right, next one is choosing wedding vendors. Since we're speaking of DJs and stuff like that, yeah, choose your wedding vendors for like flowers. The florists will want to know, like, again, the number of guests or tables. That way they can give you an estimate of how much everything's going to be. Photographers or videographers, they can be expensive too. So shop around and see who's available and within your budget. Also, look for photographers who appeals to your aesthetic, because there are some photographers who do like nice, bright, natural pictures, and then there are some who do like the darker, more
Romantic,
romantic, moody
Yeah.
type look to it. So yeah, research photographers, because if you like a certain look for a photographer that does that look for you. Otherwise, you will not be happy with your photos. So another vendor to think about is wedding cake. The person who's going to do your wedding cake.
Oh.
Whether you want to spend a lot of money on it or a little bit of money, you need to find somebody who can do your cake for you. So whether you want a small cake, like a small 3-tiered cake, or a large 10, 12-tiered cake, whatever it is. But just make sure, to have enough cake for each guest to at least have one slice, But if you decide to go with a small cake due to like budget and stuff, maybe you can squeeze in some cupcakes or whatever.
I don't remember having any of both of y'all's weddings cake.
I did. Hers.
Wait, didn't
I remember
yours?
Michelle's.
Didn't yours have like the big cake and then you had like a sheet cake too, right, Michelle?
Mine?
No, Michelle had a big cake.
Oh, she had the
Nina's
big cake.
friend made it, and it was like layered as like
Different
Asian
Asian
flavory,
flavors, right?
flavor.
Yeah, I don't remember eating the cake at your wedding, and I don't remember yours.
I know. I don't remember anything, I guess. Because I don't remember. I know that we had the cake. Mine was affordable because the person I knew, she went to school for
Culinary?
culinary. Yeah, she went to culinary school, and she said that when she got married, she thought that people who made wedding cakes are trying to rip people off. So she's like, it's like, I think I only paid like $50 for mine.
Oh,
So-
that's so good.
Yeah, she's really
Not
sweet.
mine. Mine was like
Expensive.
expensive.
Because yours was like different flavors.
Yeah,
It
yours
like
was
green
yours was
coconut.
fancy.
Oh,
Mine was kind of fancy. It was
Yeah.
very
Asian.
Asian.
yeah. I
Yeah.
remember the green coconut one. Actually, I think I'm getting yours mixed up with Haley's. Because Haley's wedding.
Haley's, she
I
had a
only-
lot of cake.
I was
They-
only there for like a little bit.
They
at the
didn't even
end.
touch, I think, one of the cakes because
The green coconut part.
Yeah. Was that yours or was it Haley's?
Probably. Mine.
I do remember it was green.
Oh, I remember having one of Haley's cakes, and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
done.
because mine had like strawberry, the
Uh-huh.
coconut green stuff, and then I think pineapple or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But
Well, that's a lot of flavors.
yeah, but they worked.
It was tears.
Wow.
I don't
Each tier
remember
was a
whose
different
wedding
flavor.
it was. They had a cake, and then they also had like a big flat cake on the bottom for everyone to eat, but not. But the actual like bride or wedding cake was not like for any of the guests.
Oh,
I forgot
don't
who
know.
this was.
I don't even remember. I just remember just.
When did you cut
cutting
your
our
cake, Anna?
For a little bit. I don't know. I
I think we weren't
Must
there.
be.
We were. I think
I don't
we
know
were
where you
finally
guys
sitting down
were.
eating.
think we were cutting.
Oh.
I think we were I think about like cutting it and then like doing the champagne toast too.
Yeah, because I remember they went to go take pictures.
yeah,
and
they
then
pulled us
everyone
away to
hoarded
do
over
that.
there.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then
okay.
I was just like, they can do the cake.
I'm eating.
I'm eating. And then plus, I think that's when we also had the boys too.
Yeah, my kids.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
you gotta remember to eat. Well, I did not eat that much. I ate like 2 spoons. full of
Oh,
food.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
because she disappeared.
Yeah,
And
you
then-
disappeared going like doing
And then
photos,
y'all
mingling,
went to
or
do
whatever.
photos
Yeah.
outside, I remember.
It was hard, and then I think Net was the one. I think someone got us food though. Was it you guys? We did not go get it ourselves. Someone brought it to our table. I don't remember. And then they dragged us to go sit down and eat.
I think
I think it was
I
us.
think we did grab food for you.
because
Yeah.
we knew
and
that
Michael.
they weren't gonna go get food, so we went to go
Yeah.
get food.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
okay.
Mike and I barely touched that food.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had a time of his life that night.
I mean,
oh,
that would make
hence
sense.
the importance of choosing your bridal party.
Yeah.
Who thinks of you on times like this, where you can see that you're busy and that you haven't had a bite to eat,
Yeah.
that they know to go get you a plate to eat.
I just feel so bad that didn't know how to pin your dress up. So you danced with your
Your
Oh yeah, you were
trainer.
there.
Yeah.
because I didn't make it to your second
Yeah.
dress thingy because I
It's
forgot.
okay. It's already
So we
done.
were kind of like, this goes here, this goes here. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just they just told me that it was like easy to just button on the back, but
Oh,
It was not easy.
oh, it was,
'Cause I was like, I don't know, because no matter how
Oh.
we buttoned it, the length wasn't shortening.
yeah.
And so I was
oh,
like, I don't know how they buttoned it, but it's not working.
it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, all I know is that I didn't get to dance during the reception because we were running off with
Doing other
Doing
stuff.
stuff.
I know. I was looking for all of you guys. That's the part that kind of made me sad. Is that I wanted to enjoy myself on the dance floor, but I couldn't because your brother had the time of his life, and I was really upset.
Yeah, because we forgot something, and so we were like, "Oh crap!" And then like we weren't.
We couldn't find the sparklers.
It was the sparklers, and then her
Your
Your-
leg
my,
garter.
your
garter,
garter,
yeah.
and then I knew that we weren't going to be fast enough because the hotel was just next door. So we had to have Matthew go up there and go grab it.
We had to make him run. We're
We're
like,
like-
get this. This is where it's at. We need it in like 2 minutes.
Room this. Hurry up and get this.
You
'cause I
come
know
back
can
out of
run.
breath.
Yes.
Aw.
Because I was like, Matthew, I know you can run really fast because you have your good stuff, but I need you to go up there and grab this. It's in a box.
Yeah.
And this is this. And then he grabbed it. And I'm like, oh, thank God.
Yeah. I would
Yeah.
say, like, if it was me doing a wedding, I would have all your stuff ready the week of your wedding. So that way, when the day of your wedding comes, you can just push out the boxes to your people and be like, this is in this box, this is in this box, this is how you do it. So that way, there's no questions to you.
At least label them because at my friend's wedding, they just had boxes and boxes, and we were just
Yeah.
opening them. And then one of the bridesmaids who was in charge of decorating, she started like
Freaking out.
freaking out and on a rage because she's like they were in certain boxes were certain things, and stuff were.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, in my head, I was like, you didn't label anything on the boxes, so no one knew. We were
Yeah.
just told to
Like, we're
get
not gonna
everything
know.
out.
Yeah.
That's it.
Ay.
Okay, well, moving on from that. So, yes, wedding vendors. Shop around. Make sure you know what you want, okay? Let's see. Next one. Now you get to send out your invitations. You know, that's another thing with invitations. I feel like you shouldn't splurge so much on invitations. You literally can just print them out yourselves.
On Canva.
Yeah, on Canva and then send them out. You know, don't, in our opinion, you don't need to spend so much money on invitations because literally people are just going to throw them away. It's paper.
And there's digital invitations now too, where you
Oh,
save
yeah.
money, and they just mark if they're coming or not online.
Yep. So, yeah, invitations.
Unless they old
Or-
school.
That's true.
Well, that's different story. You know that the whole old school people are literally like probably a handful.
They're,
But then again, honestly, I would want a paper invitation.
Well, the bride would know if you would want one or not.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, so invitations, they're like super important, but they're not important at the same time, money-wise. Money-wise, then it's not that important, but like, getting information out there is very important. So just make sure you remember the details to put on it, like your date, time, location, and if you want, you can also put like what wedding attire you want your wedding to be. So whether it's formal, semi-formal, casual, chic, or whatever. So that way people have an idea of what to wear to your wedding. So no one feels overdressed, underdressed.
And don't wear white.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or any shades of
Beige.
white.
Like if it's cream,
No.
That's still
No.
white.
Ivory.
Yeah, that's still white.
if it's white with pattern on it, no. Oh, I mean, it depends on the pattern, but
I just want to wear white.
I mean, like, if it's like a white dress with pattern on it,
Like-
I don't
like-
see that's a big issue. But if it's like an all solid white dress,
Yeah, or with like lace like that.
yeah, I don't think so. But if it's like a white dress and you have and it's all floral with like flowers,
and stuff.
I don't mind. But if you're gonna wear all white.
If you,
Yeah, that's usually the general rule. So it'll just be nice and respectful if you don't wear white.
I mean, I would think that'd be common sense to not wear white,
No.
unless the bride isn't wearing white.
Yeah.
Then yeah, that's
Oh. Are you both wanting us to tackle people that wear white at your wedding?
I would turn them around and be like, you need to go home and
Clothesline.
That's like that one TikTok girl where she's like, hire me at your wedding and just buy me wine, red wine. So I'll be the one to like scout, with
And
my
spill
cup
it.
of wine.
spill the wine on
She's
the
like,
dress.
Oh, what a pretty white dress. So she goes like, and I'm just like, wow. She's like, just hire me for that and then we're good. Just buy me wine and then I'm good.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but I guess it just depends on your bride, whether your bride finds it a big deal or not. So, so make sure you tell or ask your bride, or if you're the bride, make sure to tell your peoples whether you care or not that people are wearing white.
No entry if you're wearing white.
I think with me, I wouldn't like the fact that you wore white, but I don't think I would be mean enough to be like, you gotta go home.
Oh,
Change.
yeah.
I'd just be like, I know you now. I know what type of person you are.
Yeah.
But I don't think I would turn them away.
Dude, knowing your luck, it's your current husband's ex, knowing your luck, wearing white.
Why would she be invited in the first
I don't know, because knowing her luck, it's always something stupid like that.
Who knows?
Whatever.
Okay. Yeah. So invitations. Yeah. Make sure you remember to put the date, time, location, wedding attire. Okay. That way your guests know what they're getting into.
Like me and Anna, when we wore formal dresses to our friend's wedding,
It was
And
like
it
super
was-
casual.
it was super casual. There's people in t-shirts and
That's just an Oklahoma wedding, that's why.
yeah. And so we were wearing like formal dresses.
They were all looking at us
Like
weird.
cocktail dresses.
Yes. They're all looking at us all weird, and we were like,
Nobody
Y'all didn't-
said anything.
y'all didn't tell us what the
We would have wear
dress
jeans
code
too.
was.
If someone told us, we would have wear jeans too and cowboy
Yeah.
boots.
Yeah.
Something cute.
or like a little sundress. But no, we were in night cocktail dresses.
So embarrassing.
Carrying around a martini glass. All right. So, the key takeaways for planning a wedding is that yes, it can be overwhelming and very, very stressful, but it helps tremendously if you break things down, to smaller tasks and doing things one by one. And keeping organized will help keep your mind clear and straight. That way you can get things done in a timely manner. Stay within your budget. Okay. Again, I cannot stress that enough. Stay within your budget. Just have room to whether you might need to spend a little bit more or a little bit less or whatever. But yes, stay within your budget. And remember, it's okay to ask for help, whether from friends or family. It's okay to delegate things to other people so you aren't doing everything yourself, like me. Doing everything yourself on your wedding day is not fun, because then it's not about you anymore. You're just trying to plan this big ass party
That you don't even get to enjoy.
yeah, that you don't even get to enjoy. So please reach out to people who love you and ask them to help you. Delegate stuff. Give
But then
them
don't-
responsibilities.
But also, don't be those brides who don't do anything and throw it all on to other people, and then those people are stressed out because you decided to not do anything, and this day is all about you. So by the time 10 a.m. rolls by, you're already drunk, and nobody knows what's going on,
Yeah.
kind of thing. Because there's
I wouldn't want to
people-
drink that early. Ugh.
people will be
Some
gone.
people
There'll
do
be
that,
some
though.
people
Yeah.
do that.
I know.
Or
That
gone.
means that they're an alcoholic and they need help.
So yeah, that so remember, weddings can be scary. They are and can be definitely stressful. But if you have the right people around you to help, then it should go probably as smoothly as it can go. So yeah, hopefully these little tips can help our future brides out there. And if you guys still have any other questions about certain things, comment below and we will get to it and answer your questions as soon as possible. So yeah, hopefully these help you. For me, I think brides should wear veils. They're fun.
Yeah.
But yeah.
They are.
We should be like in Friends, where they all rent a dress for the day and just wear it.
Yeah, that would be fun.
I would.
Yeah. But
We
anyway.
just go check the thrift stores first.
Yeah, thrift store. Yeah. So yeah, happy wedding day to anybody out there who's getting married soon. So
Congratulations.
yeah, best of wishes and good luck. And we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.